Hello everybody, we're the Geeks and the Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my favorite co-host John, and today we talk about Trick or Treat. A truly Halloween movie, as they say. And we should have done this later on in this month, but there are other stuff coming out, so I don't know if we
Well, I
could have.
mean, I for sure best just tell this information to the audience while it's still early, you
Yeah.
know? Like for them to just ready all the whole movies. And I say, from all the lineups and all of the movies that we've seen for Halloween,
Yeah.
in my opinion, this is the best one.
Ah. And
Yeah.
this too, Rob Zombie's Halloween is celebrating its 17th anniversary, but for real, yay!
Yay!
But yeah, this is a bunch of stories that don't even really connect. It's just random stories that happen, and by the end you're like,
It
oh,
happens adjacent to each other.
yeah. The first one is just about a serial killer or a child killer, and you're like, oh, we're starting off heavy. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, this movie starts out with this, kind of decent couple living their life, and just this lady who's just like, my mom's coming home and she doesn't like spooky stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it down, but that's bad tradition. And the thing just straight up kills her. And I was like, I feel like that was a little unfair.
Yeah, right. It's under the sheets and it just gets sprayed with blood, and the kids are just like, ha! Oh fuck! What happened there?
I was like, is that decoration?
Right? I don't want to find out. But yeah,
Yeah.
even with the first kid he kills, I'm like, it's a lot of vomit. How is he not dead? And then you see the aftermath. You're like, oh, he is dead. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like the kid was laced with poison or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. It's like, this is my first time watching it.
Yeah.
So, all I thought was going to be this serial killer kid that goes around killing people in Halloween. Had low expectations. And then we see, oh, there's this serial killer principal who's just killing off his students. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then his, son's also kind of into it.
Yeah. That really subverts your expectations. Because you see where the guy stabs the carving, and you're like, did he just kill his own kid? Oh no, he stabbed the pumpkin. Oh no, the kid,
Yeah.
he killed the kid, and his kid's into it. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
And I forgot that the guy who's the serial killer is the knot lizard from Spider-Man. He's his professor.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He plays a serial killer very well.
Yeah. And the other Marvel actor here is Brian Cox, who gets murdered by Sam, the pumpkin thing. And I think this is the only horror movie I've seen Brian Cox in. He's Stryker in X-Men.
Yeah. I forgot what. No, I'm trying to. Close one he's in other horror.
Yeah, this is the first one I've seen of him in a horror movie. Again, I could be
Okay.
wrong, but yeah.
No, he's in other horror movies. But yeah, I can't really get them
Remember.
from the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, we get that character. We also get Rogue.
Oh
Again, subverting our expectations here. The actress from True Blood is here, and she's with a group of girls, and they're all oh, we're all gonna have a date. We're gonna bring them to this campfire thing in the middle of the woods,
Yeah.
and you haven't had yours yet. It's your first time. You don't want to be the one who's a 22-year-old who hasn't had their first time yet.
Truly from the
Yeah.
2000s. This is the movie.
It is. It very much is.
Yeah.
You get these a couple of kids who are collecting these pumpkins,
Yeah.
and they're going door to door. They run into like a Halloween orgy.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But Stephen King would like this shit.
Even the kids get murdered brutally. You don't see what happens with the ghouls from the bus, but
I love that.
yeah.
Like, I think that might be my favorite story, is where they get this the weird girl of the town.
Yeah.
I feel mean for calling her the weird girl, but she's the odd one out.
Yeah.
They invite her, and they're we're collecting these pumpkins. They made this entire elaborate story
Yeah.
about these kids who went off the bus into this cliff, and like they played a prank on her,
Yeah.
and they started like chasing her around, dressed up as the ghouls,
Yeah.
and pretty much give her a concussion.
Oh yeah, this poor girl, and then they get their comeuppance, and the oddball just like, hey, you wanna fuck around? You found out. You're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. You never see them again. You're just like, they're not gonna kill everybody, right? No, they do.
Well, they didn't kill the girl.
Yeah, because they're like, well, we saw what happened to you. We understand. You can
Yeah.
go.
But God, it's so messed up though. Like
Yeah.
they do fully commit to it. Like you hear the kids like being torn apart
Yeah.
in the background. I'm just like, oh my God.
Right?
I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching this, I had to turn on my light because I was like, okay, this is kind of freaking me out a bit. But yeah, that was my favorite storyline from there.
Yeah.
Like she was kind of having a crush on this guy, but she found out she was like, oh, you're just playing another trick on me.
Yeah.
Or like she was like, how dare you play a trick on me? I trusted you.
And now you get
But,
eaten.
yeah.
You're like, oh, okay. Again,
Yeah.
you fuck around, you find out, and they found out pretty badly. You're like, oh fuck. And you find out later that the bus driver that was about to kill them is Brian Cox, and like at the end of this movie, you're like, well, he got what you give, dude. Sorry, dude.
Yeah. I
Hard to
feel like
say.
he's a little bit nicer now, like because like the kid was like about to kill him, but then he like accidentally gave him like Dobby-esque
Yeah.
kind of accidentally gave him something.
Yeah.
Gave him like a candy, and he was like, "Oh, this is all I wanted. You're playing along with the whole Halloween thing, so I'll let you go." But then the kids from the river or like the lake
Find him.
like find him and visit him,
Yeah.
and then tear him apart. I like the comic book like kind of style too.
Yeah. My favorite arc is the creature arc, the classical vampire versus werewolf arc, where Rogue from X-Men, you think she's a victim of the vampire, and like it turns
Yeah.
around. You're like, huh. Now that's how you subvert expectations, people.
That was great. A little short-lived in my opinion, but it was such a great twist because like you find out the vampire person who's like murdering girls and
Yeah.
like making out with them and then murdering them Jack Ripper style.
Yeah.
Um, is Principal Wilkins. He's the principal like psycho guy who killed a kid earlier on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, and he's playing as a vampire.
Yeah.
He just runs into legit werewolves, and it's the girls. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit. Like when they drop like the body with a red hood, I was like, well, there goes Rogue.
Right.
And then they reveal it's Principal Wilkins. I was like, what?
Yeah, and you're like, if he's not a vampire, what the fuck are you? And then you see them transform. That's when I turn my lights off because I'm like, oh fuck, they're werewolves. I need atmosphere for this one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with that one. But I love it that like when they did howl
Yeah.
earlier on in the movie, you hear that howl.
Yeah.
So you can pinpoint what part of like when that shit happened throughout the entire story. So like
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. Like you're just giving a nod. Like when the girls were walking around, the werewolf girls, they run into the couple that gets killed earlier on in the movie.
Yeah. And like, I do love the use of practical factors. Like, I've never seen werewolves look this good. And ever since like after Bram Stoker's Dracula, to be honest, if I'm really being honest. I mean, Van Helsing had okay werewolves.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Actually, no, that was actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I would do that. For me, this is probably my favorite werewolf transformation
Yeah.
because it was kind of comedic, but at the same time, like that's messed up,
Yeah.
you know. But in like a very funny way, where they would like rip off their skin as if it was just tearaway pants. I was
Right.
just like, that was cool. It was like that Lupin's transformation in Harry Potter. That shit was cool.
Yeah.
And I would say Van Helsing's. That was also pretty cool.
It's literally been like 10 years since I've seen Van Helsing. The Hugh Jackman one, I mean.
Yeah,
Last. But
I
yeah,
still like it.
I need to rewatch it. But yeah, it's a cool moment. Like, it just brings home the fact that this truly is like a Halloween movie. Like, if you really wanted to do watch something on Halloween night, this is the one. Like,
Yeah.
I might be biased. This and maybe The Nightmare Before Christmas, because I'm biased. But like that's about
Okay.
it.
Not biased at all. I think this is probably a must-watch, like the top
Yeah.
Halloween movie. I enjoyed every minute of this, and I love it that it was set in this little town in Ohio, of all places.
Right.
Like, I know Ohio is kind of a joke now here, but like, I know it's like of all the nobody towns, they pick Ohio.
Yeah. This quaint,
Or
quiet town. You're like, yeah,
yeah,
spooky stuff tends to happen here.
yeah, and like it's the type of shit like John Constantine would like probably visit very often.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
Yeah.
then butcher our language to make us spell. You're like, sure, Mr. American. But yeah, what would you rate Trick or Treat?
I would rate Trick or Treat a 10 out of 10. This is a legit good movie. Does it have the best dialogue? Not really, but it has the. I mean, it's not trash. You know, it's not like shitty dialogue.
It's just with like Anna Paquin and her friends. You're like, yeah, this is standard 2000s dialogue, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's so fun.
Yeah.
You know, it is legitimately fun, and we'll see a tip from here to there. Sorry, but this movie is so fun. If you want like something to sit down with your friends, or depending on how old you are, maybe your family. Yeah, not for the kids, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially the werewolf scene. They'd be like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Especially when the kids get fucking eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. It is a fun movie. It is something in my opinion, I'm gonna rewatch this for Halloween, with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't sing its praises enough. This is the perfect Halloween movie, in my opinion, and it is my favorite so far. Like, if it really fits the theme, it really fits the theme.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, funny enough, because the same director did Krampus years later.
I need to watch that now.
Yeah.
Now the fact that like I like this director. I like how he does this thing.
Yeah.
It's very Stephen King style.
Oh, definitely.
If Stephen King wrote it a little bit better.
Uh,
No offense.
I mean, he's self-aware, so it's fine. Maybe we can do
Yeah.
Krampus like near our Christmas time.
Yeah, just like that one horror Christmas movie.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I really can't see giving this thing anything lower than a 10 out of 10. Again, it's a situation where like give it a 9. Why? It's fun. It's cool. Is it perfect? No, but personally to me, if you want to watch a Halloween movie, this is literally one set in Halloween, two follows the Halloween tradition of like, hey man, it's not all just trick or treat. It's scary, spooky stuff that started Halloween. They keep mentioning its origins, and you're like, I see where this movie's going or trying to go with, and they follow it well. You're like, yeah, it used to be a pagan tradition to warn off the dead, and yeah, it keeps to the original spirit. It's kind of like how Christmas started, and you're like, it used to be a pagan holiday, but if you say it in the Philippines, they're like, no, it wasn't. And you're like, okay.
How dare you?
Yeah, exactly.
Mariah Carey invented it. How dare you?
Exactly. She defrosts every year for us. You shut your mouth. Like, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You die for our sin.
She died for our Christmases. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, about 10 out of 10. It's a very good Halloween movie, and I feel like years from now it's gonna be a classic. Like, maybe in like 2040, people will be like, "Hey, check this out! It's a really good, solid."
I say it's already a classic.
Yes,
in my opinion.
It's been 17 years. It definitely fits the bill to be a classic. But yeah, to the audience watching, what's your favorite Halloween movie? I know it's still early, but like, since we're talking about Trick or Treat, it's the perfect time to be like, what's your favorite Halloween movie? Again, it could be this or The Nightmare Before Christmas or anything else that's horror or Halloween related. Whatever, just comment down below. If you like what you see here, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see your best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. And the William Zodas was is on TikTok and Answolf on Letterboxd. Where can I find you?
You can find me at JomJam_ on Instagram. It is my account.
And until the next time, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.